मोदी सरकार विरुद्ध में अनास्था प्रस्ताव मणिपुर प्रसंग में अनास्था प्रस्ताव में गृह में घमाघूट आलोचना मणिपुर हिंसा प्रसंग में अनास्था प्रस्ताव आनी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी बर्षिंट कांग्रेस उपनेता गौरव गोगोई। मणिपुर में संपूर्ण विफल होइछि डबल इंजिन सरकार। प्रधानमंत्री मौन व्रत भांगवाक अनास्था प्रस्ताव अणाई से कहते मोदी कहीं एपर्यंत मणिपुर गस्त करना एवं मुख्यमंत्री बीरेन सिंह को कहीं बरखास्त करना प्रश्न करते। केंद्र बीजेपी सरकार विरुद्ध में जोरदार बर्षिंट बारामतीर एनसीपी सांसद सुप्रिया सुले। मणिपुर में महिला सहित अमानुषिक व्यवहार पर बीजेपी सरकार दायी बोली सुले कहते 9 वर्ष में 9 राज्यर सरकार भांगी सांघातिक अभियोग आनी। सेपटे वितर्क में भाग नहीं बीजेडी सांसद पिनाकी मिश्र कहते केंद्र सरकार विरुद्ध में अनास्था प्रस्ताव आगत अग्रहणीय। राजनैतिक दल भाव बीजेपी विरुद्ध में आमे रहीचु किंतु अनेक क्षेत्र में ओडिशार विकास पाई केंद्र सरकार समर्थन करिछि। कांग्रेस आनिथिबा अनास्था प्रस्ताव को बीजेडी समर्थन करूनाही बोली पिनाकी कहते बीजेडी संघीय व्यवस्था रे विश्वास रखे। सबु राज्यर विकास रे केंद्रर सहयोग आवश्यक। मणिपुर घटना दुर्भाग्यजनक। यह राज्य सरकार विफलता बोली से कहते। यह सहित महिला संरक्षण बिल को पास करने उपर से गुरुत्व देइछन्ति।
Any motion brought by the Congress party, it goes without saying, is out of question for the Biju Janata Dal to support. So therefore, at the threshold, let me make it clear that we oppose this motion because of the fact that it's been brought by the Congress party to this house. And I'm very glad to say, my heart is gladdened that somebody like Shri Amit Shah ji was in Bhubaneswar on Saturday. Shri Shah very graciously said that it is without doubt that Mr. Naveen Patnaik is India's most popular chief minister. These were Mr. Amit Shah's own words. And he also praised Mr. Patnaik for the cooperative federalism and the constructive cooperation with the centre that he has demonstrated in his last 24 years as chief minister. He doesn't believe in needlessly picking quarrels with the central government. It doesn't pay. We are a regional party. In the kind of fiscal architecture our constitution has provided, it is impossible to continuously bicker and fight with the central government and survive as a model fiscal state as Odisha is today. Particularly if you are needlessly, constantly heckling the central government, because that doesn't obtain to the interests of the people of the state. This is Mr. Patnaik's firm view. He believes that, yes, party politics has its place, there is no question. And that's why I said the other day when I was speaking on the Delhi bill, the BJP is our principal opposition party in the state and we fight them tooth and nail when elections are concerned. But once elections are over, then that should be the end of party politics. Then governance kicks in. And for governance to kick in, you have to rise above partisan party politics and work in partnership with constructive cooperation in a federal structure. That's what Mr. Patnaik has always believed in, and that's what Amit Shah ji in fact said, that this is the reason that I appreciate Mr. Patnaik's role as chief minister. I cannot support a no confidence motion against a central government today, even though we are against the BJP as a political party. But a central government which may not have given us our entire wish list. No central government ever can give every state government's entire wish list. I recognize that fact. There are fiscal constraints where resources are in short supply, and therefore it's not possible for every central government to give into every state government demand. But in terms of rise in coal production, in terms of mineral royalty revision, which has long been Odisha's just demand, in terms of the removal of an export tax on iron ore and manganese ore, which was vital for Odisha's fiscal management. In terms of, the other day there was a bill for exploration of offshore minerals, which has long been our demand. In terms of, in my constituency, a Puri International Airport, which has again long been a dream of the people of Puri. Now that is well underway. Yesterday, Mr. Sindhya very kindly said in the House that it is virtually in the last stages of completion of plans, and therefore construction should start very soon. In terms of the Puri Heritage, Jagannath Puri Heritage Corridor, which was opposed by some of my distinguished colleagues, I shall not name them, but which the central government ensured the ASI gave permission for it. So I am grateful therefore for many things that the central government has done for Odisha, which is why in any case I am unable to persuade myself on behalf of my party and my leader to support a no confidence motion today, which has been brought by the Congress party. Let me now come to the merits of this particular no confidence motion that they have allegedly brought on one count alone, that is to bring the Prime Minister to the House. That seems to be the reason why this no confidence has been moved. And I think his worst political adversaries will recognize the fact that he is a peerless orator. There is no question. I don't think there is an orator today in India who matches him. There is no question. Everybody recognizes that fact. So every time he gets up on the floor of the House, he puts the Congress party through the shredder. I mean, they actually go through a shredding machine. So I cannot understand why they should cut their nose to spite their face, ask him to come to the House and put them through the shredder, as I have no doubt he will when he replies on Thursday. What has happened in Manipur today is, as Mr. Patnaik says, heart-rending. And he has asked me to, in fact, mention in the all-party meeting and to speak today and say that all parties must speak in one voice. What this parliament cannot afford is a no-confidence motion against the central government, because every political party must give their constructive suggestion at the moment to say what is possible, what can be done, because you are really trying to fit a square peg in a round hole there. That's the problem today. So therefore, you have to give constructive suggestions rather than blaming the central government for what is clearly a legacy issue running back several decades. There is no question that blame has to be apportioned to the state government. Every right-thinking person has said so. Every right-thinking person has said that the Chief Minister ought to have conducted his politics and his policies on the basis of Raj Dharma, which perhaps has been lacking there. There is no doubt about it. But I don't know whether the central government would have been better advised to have brought in President's rule, because clearly there was no alternative to this Chief Minister. Therefore, if the President's rule had to be imposed there, I am not sure that that in this country has ever worked satisfactorily in other states as well. The heart-rending scenes that we have seen with regard to the atrocities on women in Manipur is not new to us. This is endemic, unfortunately, to our society and our polity. And therefore, I come to this one seminal issue, that the way forward for women's empowerment is again what Mr. Naveen Patnaik has been repeatedly requesting the central government to bring in the women's reservation bill. And I think that is one area where the central government will be seriously remiss if in the 17th Lok Sabha they don't do it, because there is a full majority. In fact, there is near unanimity. Today, all shades of political opinion in this House and the upper house are of the same opinion, that there should be women's reservation in the state assemblies as well as in central parliament. If there is anything on which I feel that this government, I think, lacks the confidence of this House, quite frankly, is that they have not brought, despite being fully empowered to do so, the women's reservation bill so far. We have now only one more session of Parliament after this, which is the winter session. I certainly plead and urge the Prime Minister that he should bring in the women's reservation bill, have it passed unanimously. It can be done in 15 minutes in the lower house and the upper house. Parliamentary Affairs Ministers here, I have requested him personally many times also. Now, therefore, for a number of compelling reasons that I have mentioned, we are completely unable to persuade ourselves on behalf of the Biju Janata Dal and Mr. Naveen Patnaik to support this no confidence motion.
तो अनास्था वितर्क ए संदर्भ में आम आलोचना करवा मानस बेहरा राजनीति समीक्षक जोड़ी होती आम सहित फोन लाइन रे श्री बेहरा आपन को स्वागत कलिंग टीवी को एटी गौरव गोगोई सीधा सीधा कही सारी जे संख्या दृष्टि अनास्था प्रस्ताव नुहे ये मुद्दा ये मत विवृत्ति प्रधानमंत्री आसतु विवृत्ति रखु
निश्चय वर्तमान यूनिफॉर्म भारतवर्षर राजनीतिक जो एजेंडा बदल जाइए अनास्था प्रस्ताव पर बीजेपी यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड कही मुख्य मुद्दा करने जो जाऊला अनेकांश सफल होता विरोधी दल मैंने एकजुट हो जो मणिपुर इश्यू अनास्था प्रस्ताव आगत कर उत्तर पूर्वांचल कांग्रेस एमपी गोगोई जी गौरव गोगोई सी इटाको इनिशिएट करछन्ते एवं तीनोटी प्रश्न पचारछन्ती प्रधानमंत्री जी 80 दिन पर मात्र 30 सेकेंड से उत्तर देले कहीं से नीरव रहिले एवं मणिपुर जी मुख्यमंत्री कहीं सैक नकले बहिष्कार एवं आउ गोटे मुख्य इश्यू है जे इफ मणिपुर इज गवर्निंग फॉर इंडिया इज गवर्निंग यदि मणिपुर जलुची समग्र मणिपुर भारत वर्ष जलुची तो ये सब आलोचना में देखा डटेड लाइन अनुसार विरोधी दल मैंने वक्तव्य दृष्टि रखते समालोचना शाणित कर बीजेपी समालोचना शाणित कर आक्रमण कर सोनिया गांधी की जे पुओ करने ये गोटे योजना कि मुख्य कथा हूँ जो मुद्दा उठिक आसला मणिपुर इश्यू एवं केंद्र
तो यांत्रिक त्रुटि रहुची आमे चेष्टा करूछु मानस बेहरा सहित पुणी थे जोड़ी हेबाई एवं अनास्था वितर्क एवं एठी गौरव गोगोई सीधा सीधा तीनोटी प्रश्न पचारि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी को एवं ये संख्या दृष्टि अनास्था प्रस्ताव नुहे ये मुद्दा पाई ये मत पाई ये विवृत्ति पाई अर्थात मणिपुर हिंसा मणिपुर जलुची जोड़ी हेलानी मानस बेहरा सुत बेहरा कहतु आपन प्रतिक्रिया।
हाँ तेणु बर्तमान जोटा राजनीतिक एजेंडा थिला जे यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड कथा बीजेपी एवं एनडीए उठेइथिले एवं अनेकांश सफल होते बर्तमान से डाइवर्ट करिवारे विरोधी दल सफल होइछन्ते मणिपुर इश्यू को मुख्य एजेंडा करी तेणु बर्तमान जदि देखिए प्रतिक्रिया आज सुप्रिया सुलेकर हो बा गौरव गोगोईकर हो तृणमूल कांग्रेस हो कांग्रेस मुख्य विरोधी दल माने जो जो तीव्र आक्रमण करिसेंती एवं तार प्रत्युत्तर बीजेपी और एनडीए जो प्रति आक्रमण करिसेंती एथिरे निश्चित भाव में राजनीति सरगरम होती आगामी जो लोकसभा निर्वाचन हम से निर्वाचन में इश्यूटी प्रोमिनेंट हम बोली आशा काली गुरुवार शेष प्रधानमंत्री उत्तर देवे से जना पड़ो जे समुदाय ये जो अनास्था प्रस्ताव फलाफल कौन है एवं किए के राजनैतिक फायदा पाइबार सफल है इश्यूटा को आगू
खास करी महामेंट को एठी गोटे बड़ सुजोग मिलगला कि श्री बेहरा जे गोटे बड़ प्लाटफर्म मिलगला केवल मणिपुर प्रसंग नुहे जो प्रसंग को सामना कोणा जाई पारिबो से प्रसंग को आनी एठी सरकार ठार उत्तर नेबा ये गोटे बड़ प्लाटफर्म मिलगला कि ए वितर्क द्वारा अनास्था वितर्क द्वारा
9 वर्ष 9टा सरकार भांगी केंद्र सरकार एवं ता प्रतिबदल बीजेपी कही जड़े गरीब लोकर पुओ विरोध में अनास्था प्रस्ताव आगत कर गौरव गोगोई जो कहते 80 दिन कहीं नीरव रहिले विजु दल कहते माने एजेंडाटा विरोधी दल सेट कर सक्षम होती सी बाध्य कर एनडीए को कोटना कोटी प्रतिक्रिया रखापी तेणु रिजु बाध्य कहते जदि मे मसरे घटना है तुम जुलाई कहीं गल ये अनास्था प्रस्ताव आने गल से जहाँ भी हो कोटना कोटी विरोधी दल एजेंडाटा को बदल देवार सक्षम होती निश्चित भाव
बीजेडी आभिमुख्य को किभली देखा जाय पारे श्री बेहरा
हेलो आज्ञा
बीजेडी आभिमुख्य किभली देखा जाय पारे पिनाक मिश्र जो कथा गुड़ी उपस्थापन करिसेंते आज ये अनास्था वितर्क समय ताकू आपण किभली देखंती जे नीति समुद्रत किंतु लक्ष्य विकास ये बोधे वार्ता देइछंती पिनाक मिश्र
हाँ सी वार्ता देइछंती जे राज्यर विकास पई जेहेतु एक आंचलिक दल सी समदूरता कथा करिसेंती किंतु एक्चुअली हे तो बीजेपी के सपक्ष रे कहिसेंती अनास्था प्रस्ताव विरुद्ध कहिसेंती बा बीजेडी तार स्टांड नहीं आगुर कथा किंतु विकास कथा कही आलोचना करिकी बार्गेनिंग पॉइंट केते हे परियो से दृष्टिभंगी बीजेडी को देखि।
अच्छा अर्थात नीति से समदूरत रही आसी विरोधी बीजेपी हेले मध्य प्रसंग भित्तिक कथारे कोटना कोटी बीजेपी को समर्थन कर बीजेडी ए वार्ता देवा चेष्टा कर जाइछि पिनाक मिश्र एक कथा कहछन्ते जे नीति समदूरत किंतु हमर लक्ष्य होछि विकास।
हाँ केते राज्य पे बार्गेनिंग कर विकास पे कौन कौन अणा जाई परिबो ए पॉइंट रे किंतु कथा होची गोटे मेसेज जाउची जे ओडिसा रे बीजेपी
किंतु प्रधानमंत्री मोदी किभली विवृत्ति रखुचंती किभली मत रखुचंती एवं तार ऊपर समस्तंकर नजर रहिबो जे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी मणिपुर हिंसा प्रसंग रे किभली मत बा विवृत्ति रखुचंती। धन्यवाद जोड़ी हेतिले मानस बेहरा राजनीति समीक्षक संदर्भ में सविशेष आलोचना करुथिला हम सहित।